Welcome to Crickets and Kettle Drums, the BPISports.com column where the glass is always half empty. I am your host, Trevor W. Riley, and in today's installment, I will be discussing how Russell Hantz got hustled on the CBS Survivor show yet again. When I conceived this natively slanted column for my sports website, never did I think that my second, we'll get to the First Blood Rambo numbering system later, topic would be about a reality TV show screw job. Alas, I present this pop culture present. Russell Hantz made his second consecutive Final Three appearance last night on CBS's reality hit TV show, Survivor Heroes vs. Villains, only to unjustly lose out on the $1 million prize again. Sandra Diaz-Twine became the first two-time $1 million winner, defeating Parvati Shallow by a 6-3 jury vote. Russell Hantz received 0 jury votes. 0. The jury yin-yangers must have simply forgotten how to spell Russell since they hadn't written his name down since episode 7. Heck, Russell was only voted against 5 times throughout the entire 14-episode season. That has to be the reason, right? Nope. It seems that despite how good of a game Russell played, he didn't win the title of sole survivor because he wasn't a nice enough guy. Let's cast aside the fact that Russell brilliantly schemed to rid the tribes of Boston Rob, Coach, Danielle, JT, and Tyson. He lied and hurt people's feelings in the process. Let's forget that Russell showed supreme loyalty by bringing Parvati to the Final Three, just as he had told her from the very early days of the competition. He's cruel, nasty, and selfish. It doesn't matter. Let's ignore the truth that Russell basically controlled the game from start to finish. He's mean. He's the devil incarnate. Certainly, Russell Hantz was no choir boy in Samoa. He could have addressed the questions at Final Tribal Council in a less arrogant, more forgiving manner, while still staying true to himself and how he played the game. Nonetheless, I challenge anyone to find a player in seasons 19 and 20, heck, in the entire CBS Survivor series that outwitted, outlasted, and or outplayed Russell Hantz. Sandra, because she won twice? Really? She was incredibly below average in Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. Sandra laid low most of the time, underperformed in challenges, arguably rode Russell's coattails to the Final Three, and her self-proclaimed main objective was to vote Russell out of the game, to which she failed miserably. And this is your sole survivor? Unreal. Parvati would have at least been a deserving victor since she won some challenges and actively strategized throughout the game. She was virtually a perfect foil for Russell. She could more than hold her own against him. Alas, Russell Hantz dominated Survivor seasons 19 and 20. America said so, and has nothing to show for it except for 2 lousy jury votes, both coming from Samoa Part 1. It doesn't matter that Russell is arguably the best player in Survivor history. He's an easy number 1 in my book. He wasn't nice, he wasn't everyone or anyone's friend, and he didn't have any noted adversity to deal with at home. Therefore, he loses despite ruthlessly playing harder and better than anyone in the game. For the aforementioned reasons, Russell will never win Survivor. Thus, if he decides to participate in a future season of the show, I would advise him to request $25,641.03 per day on the show, so he could properly earn the $1 million that he rightfully deserves. If Survivor is nothing more than a course in etiquette and manners that it seems to have become, then I will not waste another minute of my time on what used to be a great series. And you know what? Russell is right. If the opinions of 9 bitter, envious, in-game competitors trump a vote comprised of millions of people across America, you really need to question the merits of said system. If you're going to award $1.1 million, it should be $550,000 to the Tribal Council winner and $550,000 to the American vote winner. It's only fair, isn't it? Well, that's a wrap for Column 1, Episode 2 of CNKD, the first unwritten episode about the disastrous Daytona 500. Can also be found on YouTube. Just search my channel or what have you. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or other feedback, leave them below or feel free to send them along to my email that you can see there on the screen, cnkd2010@aol.com. There's 2 down and 999,998 to go. Peace.